Hey, what's up everyone, Arwood here, and today I'm bringing you a really quick video on what I believe will be the best leveling talents for Hunter in Season of Discovery Phase 2. We will go over both solo leveling and dungeon farming specs, so without further ado, let's start. What I feel like will be the best, and I think there is no question about it, for solo leveling is Beast Mastery Hunter, just because you will have a really strong pet. This is the talent spec I would go for. Now, of course, there is a couple of changes that you can make here depending on your pet. So if you have pet with 2.0 attack speed, I would just put 5 points into Frenzy. Now, if you have pet with, let's say, 1.5 attack speed, you may want to take one from the Frenzy and put it into Spirit Bond. And if you have really fast attack speed pet like 1.2, you may even take out 2 points and put them in Spirit Bond. The reason I am not going with pet finding is because I feel like it's not really that necessary to get an extra 6%. However, this is personal opinion, so you can go with that and maybe not put all the 5 points into Frenzy or take out some from Bestial Discipline. However, I still prefer Bestial Discipline for the increased focus regeneration of your pets, because your pet is really strong in Season of Discovery due to the Beast Mastery rune. Now, for the runes, I would still use pretty much the same runes that you're currently using on the Beast Mastery Hunter, so Heart of the Lion that buffs your stats and also your pet stats. Beast Mastery, of course, rune, there is no question about it. And then Flanking Strike to top it off. There isn't really a better choice. You can maybe go for Kill Command. I just don't like it that much. And for Flanking Strike, even if you pull aggro from the mob, you can finish it off with Flanking Strike. And if you get into the world PvP, you get jumped on by some melee, let's say rogue, you can still dish out some damage from the melee while your pet is killing the rogue. Now, with that said, how would you get here is I would start with 5 in the endurance training. I don't like improved aspect of the hawk for leveling. It has low proc chance, and even when it procs, it doesn't really feel that useful. Your mob that you're attacking may already be really close to dying, so I just prefer my pet to be even tankier. 3 into Tick Hide, 2 into Improved Revive Pet. Here I would immediately take 1 into Bestial Swiftness and 4 in the Unleashed Fury. From there I would take 1 point in the Improved Ment Pet. It's just because I don't like my pet getting debuffed, and some of the debuffs can last up to like 10 minutes or even more. So I just don't like my pet being debuffed for, let's say, reduced attack power or reduced hit chance for a long time. And with this, you can even use rank 1 Mend Pet, and you will still have 15% chance per tick to cleanse the debuff from your pet. So I think this is pretty strong for level. Next, I would go with Ferocity for increased critical strike chance of your pet. I would get Intimidation as soon as I can, because this is your only CC, and having a stun on a hunter is really nice. From there, I would actually go into Bestial Discipline to have increased focus regeneration of your pet, just to ensure that you can press taunt whenever you need it. And while your pets are having really good focus regeneration, whenever I can increase it, this is the option that I would take. From there, I don't actually take Spirit Bond, as I mentioned. It is really low heal, 2% of health every 10 seconds. Let's say your pet has 2k health, this is like 20 health per 10 seconds. I don't really think this is valuable at all. Then I would finish it off with 1 point in Ferocity, then 1 point in Unleashed Fury, max out Frenzy, even though, as I mentioned, it depends on the attack speed of your pet. Even if you run pet with 1.2 attack speed, it is not guaranteed that your pet will be critting that often. Again, this may be 1 or 2 talent points wasted, but I don't see other talents being any more useful than this. And with that, I would top it off with Bestial Rat. For me, this is a pretty good and solid solo leveling spec. Okay, when it comes to dungeon farming, I actually believe that marksmanship will be better, because you want to dish out more AoE damage and your pets do not really have good AoE. Maybe if you're running with an owl that has a screech, you will be able to do some AoE damage, but it's not really that meaningful in my opinion. And instead of hitting a single target, you want to do as much AoE as you can. And I feel like that marksmanship is a lot better option there, especially since hopefully you will have a tank in your dungeon group, so you won't need your pet for tanking. Now, these are the talents I went with, pretty much standard, no, nothing special there. And when it comes to runes, I would run Master Marksman if you have another hunter in your group. If you do not have another hunter in your group, depends on your composition really, but I would go with Heart of the Lion, just so you can buff your other party members, because buffing each of your party members by 10% is actually really meaningful buff that you can give, and your group will go faster instead of being selfish and just going with Master Marksman. However, if you have another hunter that's running Heart of the Lion, then Master Marksman is definitely your best option. You have a lot of crit chance with this rune, and also the mana cost of your abilities is reduced by 25, which means that you will be able to go on constantly with very few stops for drinking. However, it also depends on the rest of your group. If your group needs to drink often, then you will be stopping anyway. So there is that. For hands, I would actually go with the explosive shot. Even though explosive shot was nerfed into a ground, it is the only AoE option that we have. It's not really that good, but it is AoE option, so I would pick it up. It is on a 6-second cooldown, so you will be able to use that AoE ability and Hunter Slack AoE abilities. Besides multi-shot, you don't have anything else, so explosive shot is really nice there. Actually, one of the rare situations where you can actually use explosive shot consistently with some nice value is in dungeons, and especially if you are grouping a bigger pulse of mobs, which if you have a pretty geared group should not be a problem. For the legs, all the options are pretty bad, but I would go with Serpent Spread, even though that Serpent Sting is a really bad ability and it doesn't provide that much damage. This is again the only other AoE options that we have, so I would go with Serpent Spread on the legs. Now, how would you build this while you're leveling? You go 5 points in the efficiency, 5 points in lethal shots, 1 in aim shot, 4 in the improved Hunter's Mark, 5 in mortal shots. Now, you don't need scatter shot, but I would still use it just in case something goes wrong. You will be able to scatter, feign death, and trap. This is the only tool that you have to trap in combat currently, so I would pick it up for 1 talent point. It's pretty useful spell. Then I would go 3 into barrage. I would put another point into improved Hunter's Mark, 5 into range weapon specialization, and then top it off with True Shot Aura. True Shot Aura is pretty good. It not only helps you, but other attack power based party members that you may have, like warriors, rogues, paladins, and so on. So this is, for me, the best AoE spec for dungeon farming. Alright, that will be all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, considering giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye!